So we've got a question from Derek, also in the same vein about this whole business growth. So I'm thinking about hiring a VA to do my social media marketing, book my prospecting appointments, and grow my email list. I'm outsourcing these crucial tasks to get more free time. Do you have any advice on vetting VAs? So I'm going to be definitely in listen only mode right now. Brooks, how do you what's your, I know it's really hard to break down super quick because you only have a couple minutes, but what's your hiring process look like? And then Sabah, you too, you're building all those teams and everything. You've definitely dealt with a ton of people. So Brooks, what's your first, first, and then
VAs are really easy to find on Upwork. Go based on their reputation, who they've worked with before. You give them a couple of simple assignments, see how they perform with that. I'd also organize your tasks by the highest leverage, most important. See how they communicate. Set those communication standards very strictly. So, because it's difficult, right? If you hire someone in, I love hiring from the Philippines, but you're on completely opposite schedules. So when you've built that sort of trust and you know that you can wake up and the tasks that you asked the day before are going to be done, it's pretty cool. But at the same time, it takes a while for that to be done. So I'd say prioritize your tasks, be very clear about how you want to communicate. Otherwise, both of you are going to get frustrated. Look at Upwork ads, look at their reputation and their work samples, things that they've done before. Oh, and small. Don't just go all in with, I'd have, I don't know, maybe about 3 to 5, and then pick maybe your top 3, give them small tasks. Who did the best? Go with the best one and trust your intuition.
Cool. Fantastic. Sabah, what do you think? How do you go about vetting and hiring a VA?
The VAs are definitely, you want to test them. If you can come up with sort of like a test project or give them test scenarios and ask them how they would solve it, that would give you a good idea of their thinking process and ability to solve problems, because that's essentially what you want a VA for. You don't want to have to give them SOPs for everything. You want them to be able to figure out a few things themselves or even create SOPs for themselves, right? So trying to gauge their level of initiative and being able to take a project and not ask too many questions. Those are definitely key things. But then again, it depends on the task too. If you really just want them to follow an SOP, then see how well they can follow a few test SOPs. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. And then something with the Philippines thing or whatever, I actually got really lucky. I did a volunteer program in the Dominican Republic. I lived in the mountains for 5 weeks or so. And the only dude in the village who spoke English is now my VA. So sometimes you just get lucky. But I also, if time zone thing is an issue, check out South America. There's tons of native speakers who went back home that can do everything, get on the phone to even qualify an appointment, all the way through really boring data entry type stuff too. So yeah, definitely give South America a shout. They're like I said, tons and tons of native speakers. They're only, depending on the where you live in if you're in the US, they're only either the same time, like me, I'm on East Coast time, so they're either the same time as me or 1 hour ahead. So they function essentially the same. If you're on Pacific time, then a lot of South America is on Atlantic time, which is an hour further than Eastern Standard Time. But it's also, that's only when we do daylight saving. So for half the year, you're on the same exact time. Half the year, they're an hour ahead.
Only other thing I'd say is ask in the RMBC group or Justin and Stefan talk copy. Does anyone have a virtual assistant that they recommend, that they've enjoyed, that they work with?
Yeah, definitely. If you can get someone that's been vetted already, that's going to help you save a lot of headaches.
Yep.
There are going to be business owners who have people that they know or teams that they recommend. That would be a better way to start.
Yep.
Good recommendation, folks.
Great. Making notes on all that stuff. I'll be doing the same thing. So following up on that. So last question.